tune that Jesús Sálate is using. It's the unofficial theme tune of a certain Diego Maradona, who's decided to follow in the footsteps of one of his heroes. Speaking before the tournament, he said he may not achieve the great heights of the likes of Maradona and Messi, but if you believe and dedicate yourself, you can achieve great things. This is the first small step for darts in Argentina.
Absolutely right. He is a pioneer, is Jesús Sálate today. Let's see what he can do. He looks very emotional on the stage, and he's got every right to feel that way. But now it's time to switch on, because he's up against the man with the metaphorical barber shears. It is Ryan Meikle.
Well, he's barely taken one step on the walk-on before he started taking selfies with the crowd who are really up for it. Singing along, dancing along to this song, plenty of fancy dress. Is he signing an autograph for his own girlfriend there? That's what seems to be. I think it was a kid next to her.
I think that's Mrs. Meikle now.
Oh, sorry.
That's Millie Meikle.
I do apologise.
Yeah, Millie's a midwife. Does an incredible job for the National Health Service. Ryan is one of the good guys of the PDC Tour. He's got a lot of experience for someone at the age of 29. But surely he's got to play the England card today. He's up against someone from Argentina. He's got the crowd on side with the walk-on song. So the early indications are good for popularity, but you get popularity on the stage from how you perform on the hockey, not just with the tune and your nationality.
And it did take Jesús Sálate to travel to Europe to learn about darts. Didn't know it was a thing when he was living in Argentina. He moved to Malaga in Spain and played in a darts bar there. That's where he picked up the game, and here he is making history on the World Championship stage. Ryan Meikle looking to make it through to the second round for what would be the fourth time in his career. In the last couple of years, he's done it with tricky first round wins. He last year beat Fallon Sherrick, and on his previous visit in 2023 beat Lisa Ashton to get to the second round, losing to Raymond van Barneveld and Luke Littler last year, who he actually took the first set off in what was one of the games where I think Littler was pushed harder than most.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Ryan pushed Littler so much that it forced him into a record set of over 140. Yes, you heard that right. Luke Littler averaged over 140 in a set in his first game last year, and he's gone on to do rather good things since then, of course. But Ryan did beat Fabian Schmutzler at this stage in 2022. We haven't seen or heard much of Fabian since then. He's probably doing the German thing. Gone back to school. We'll see him in about 4 or 5 years, and he'll come back to a place like this.
Yeah, and he lost to Peter Wright then, didn't he? So if you look at his record here, it's pretty much beating the players that he should beat in the first round, but then losing to top-seeded players in the second round. Now, this time around, he's not going to have a top-seeded player in the second round. Johnny Tatar of New Zealand, who beat Richie Edas. This is the best opportunity Ryan Meikle's had to go further than round two.
Unquestionably. He's fancied to win this game based on form and experience, and if he can get through the Argentinian ace, he will be a big favourite to beat Johnny Tatar, who took out Richie Edhouse 3-0. And this is in quarter number 4. A lot of interpretation in this quarter. Meikle, the left-hander from Suffolk, big Ipswich Town fan. And I emphasise the big because he is a big Ipswich Town fan.
140.
Kirk Bevan's the referee for this one. Both players hitting 2 trebles with their first visit. Nice settled start for the pair of them. Meikle straying into the single one, down for 19s, can't find the treble, coming back up now for treble 18, which he does post successfully. And that gets his first leg score down to 290 after 6 starts.
If you're tuning into talkSPORT 2 this afternoon for live coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship, you've come to the right place. And you might be wondering why Ryan Meikle is called the Barber. Well, some nicknames come with a story. Ryan Meikle used to be a barber. That's it.
When he played Fallon Sherrick, of course, last year it was a barber against a hairdresser, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
Don't come near me. It's staying.
That's why I said the shears were metaphorical. He doesn't take them on the hockey. 190 after 9 from Meikle. This is a nice steady start. Sálate on 264 has got 83 with his light blue coloured moulded flights. Traditional style barrel, not a great deal of detail in it. As for Meikle,
oh, very on brand, isn't he, Ryan Meikle?
very much so. He's got that Barbers.
That stereotypical Barbers. What would you call it? Like almost like a candy cane with blue, red, and white.
That's it. That's exactly what it is. He's sitting on 130 for the first leg. Sálate can put him under pressure. Very side-on stance. Pushes the dart from about 5'5", 5'6" tall. It's not too bad. That ton leaves him 81.
130 though for Meikle, gets the treble 20, so should get a dart at least the bullseye, but never mind that. A second one gives him one at double 5 instead, and he takes it out. Wonderful start for Ryan Meikle, taking out 130 in the opening leg.
That's a bit of class, isn't it?
You can say that again, Paul Nicholson.
That's a bit of class, isn't it?
How did I know you were going to do that?
Spent too much time with you over the years.
81.
Well, what can we say about the tour that Jesús Sálate comes from? A great deal of work has been put in by the Championship Darts Circuit, which has focused their attentions to the United States and Canada over the years. They have branched out into what's now called the CDLC Tour, which is Latin America and South America as well. That's the tour that Jesús Sálate has been very, very good on. 6 events this year, 2 in Chile, 2 in the Bahamas and 2 in Panama, and Jesús won 4 of them.
Yeah.
That's quite a good tour, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Latin America and Caribbean are involved in that as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
and
Bahamas, Chile, Panama.
finished above Rashad Sweeting, of course, who came here last year.
Yeah, just to give you an indication of form as well, I know it's not on this stage or on the PDC Pro Tour or Challenge Tour for that matter, but an average over the tour of 82.62. That was 2 points better than what we saw from David Munyer yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. He is the 526th player to appear and throw a dart at the World Championship in the PDC. The first was Dennis Priestley. Paul Nicholson, do you know your magic number?
I really don't.
193.
Thanks for that. I didn't know that. Well, it's Arno Merck. They got the magic 501.
Yeah, did.
501st player, and he played the first game of the tournament.
Wonder who was 180. I'll be right back with that information.
On that note, you do your homework. Meikle's on 226, and he's got a wonderful 137. Last start in the treble 19 to leave 89. He's got Sálate all the way back at the midpoint of the leg on 240. He hasn't played bad, the Argentinian, so far, but this has been very effective from Ryan Meikle. Down for the 19s on 89. Doesn't spend a great deal of time on double 16. He'll be looking to hit it with his third dart right here to take a 2-0 lead, and that's exactly what he does. Teeth gritted, and he is down to work, is Ryan. This is a very good start. 30 darts for the first 2 legs.
Yeah, and he's taken out the Andre Velga, number 130, and the Yatsuhiko Matsunaga, the number 89.
Just when you think Japanese darts couldn't get any cooler.
By the way, speaking of cool, 180 was Felix McBrearty.
Oh, you got it. The cat!
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me right now.
No, that's absolutely
Don't
correct.
tell Chris Mason. He'll be livid at that.
Glad he's not alongside me. 2-0 then to Meikle, opening set averaging 96 and change. Here comes Sálate looking for his first max on the Ali Pali stage, settles for a 2 treble turn instead.
I like the way that Sálate goes about his business. Beat the likes of Sudesh Fitzgerald and Norman Madu in finals this year in qualifying, and both Sudesh and Norman have graced this stage for their countries. And you mentioned Rashad Sweeting from last year, a bit of a cult hero. He was second in the averages as well behind Sálate, who was firmly the best on that tour. And he's showing why. This is not a bad display from him in the scoring stakes. We're yet to see him on a double, and that's because Ryan Meikle, the left-hander from Suffolk, has been so effective.
Looking for a maximum here. Finding the first of the match, Ryan Meikle. He's thrown 9 darts. He's hit back-to-back 15s in this game.
Is there something in this game, Murph, about him being a big football fan and taking on an Argentinian? Is he trying to summon the powers of Wayne Rooney and David Beckham?
Yeah, maybe.
436.
Hopefully he doesn't end up kicking him and getting sent off. Well, from 136,
40.
he's only chipped off 40,
He's
but he's
got
well on course for
161.
another 5-visit leg here. Unless Sálate can produce something special. 161 the target, won't go, he's below the treble 20.
He has been missing the treble, but not by much.
65.
That's a very
Ryan
effective
Newton,
65 to
96.
lead the same score that Meikle has. This 96 for the left-hander is for the set, and that treble 20 is right in the middle. Double 18. He's got a marker just on the outside of it, and uses it. Absolutely brilliant. Same result, and I'm sure Ryan Meikle, when we come back, would love to have the same result that Ryan Joyce got yesterday. As we take a short break, we will be back when Meikle returns with a 1-set lead.
If you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni Auto scoring system, instant accurate scoring, and a slick modern way to sharpen your game. So if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic! 180! Luke Littler, get on target! Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic! 180! Luke Littler, get on target! To be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic! 180! Luke Littler, get on target!
Win that opening set. 3 out of 5 on the doubles, took out 130 in the first leg, 89 in the second as well. It's all going very, very well for the Barber, who, Paul, with victory today, will effectively confirm his professional status for another year.
Yeah, he's in a position at the minute, Murph, where he's looking over his shoulder, let's put it that way. It's unlikely that he's going to lose his tour privileges, even in 61st place projected in the world, outside, well, inside the top 64, because we've seen a lot of people just outside the top 64 lose out. But funnier things have happened. If he does win today, he will secure, I mean, he won't be mathematically safe, but it will be ridiculously unlikely to lose it. Even
almost
if he,
impossible.
Exactly. But the one thing I'm going to say about the situation is that Ryan can't keep coming to Alexandra Palace with the same motives. He's got to be coming to World Championships, not thinking about saving his career, but making it thrive. And yes, you want to win matches here, and you want to, you know, make the last 32 for the first time. But the last thing you need is extra baggage.
Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, we said it at the start of the match. He's never been past the second round. If he can do that this year, he gets a bit of a buffer, some extra prize money on his rankings to give him that head start. But secondly, he needs a better Euro on tour. Only qualified for 2 Euro tours. Yes, reached a Pro Tour quarter-final, but lots of early exits, Paul.
Correct. And if you think about the big stage events that he qualified for, the UK Open is a given, because if you've got a tour card, you're in it. He lost in round 1 to Matters Rasmus 6-1. That's not great. He made it to the Players' Championship finals, lost to Ross Smith in the first round by 6 legs to 1. Starting to see a pattern here, and I get the feeling he's drawing a line in the sand today. That's not going to happen today in his own eyes.
A seasonal average of 90.2. He outperformed that by 10 points in the opening set with those 3:15 dart legs. And in the opening leg of the second set, he's down to 2:10 against a throw. Sálate on 2.62. Starts on the 18s correctly.
Yeah, I don't mind that play. You can start on the 20s or the 18s on 2.62. But what you can't do is leave 1.66. Now, if you start on 18s, you hit the single, you go to the 20s thereafter.
Yeah, what he did was he had a good guide for the treble 18 and he tried to force it in. It didn't work out.
You know what the golden rule is? Make sure you can leave a finish with the last dart.
Yeah, 100%. And a lot of players don't think until they get to the point of the last dart. That's the problem. 110 for Meikle for another 15 dart leg. Can he carry it on?
Surely not. That's a small 20. Does he go bull tops? He's got the treble 20. What a shot. Double 15. And it's another 15 darter. Ironically, on double 15.
And it's a break of throw. 4 straight legs for Ryan Meikle. All of them completed in exactly 15 darts. And he's now looking to double his lead. No shot at a double yet for his opponent. He has not been allowed into this match.
That treble 20 he hit on that 110 is the best dart he's thrown all match. How he got it past that first blocker dart, I have no idea. And I'm supposed to be an expert. But he is really good friends with Luke Humphries. Maybe they've been working on something together, because that's the kind of thing he does.
He's got a nice rhythm about his game today, Ryan Meikle. Every dart delivered at exactly the same pace. He's not a quick player, but you could set your stopwatch by the time it takes him to release each dart.
You said that the first player in this tournament at the start of 1994 was Dennis Priestley.
Yeah.
Ryan Meikle is a left-handed Priestley. That's the kind of rhythm he's got. There's a great temperament in between the ears of Ryan. There's a rhythm about him, but he's not quick. He is hard to beat because he will beat you slowly. Now, he's not Alexis Toilo, thankfully, but he is a very talented player. He was the ranking champion of the development tour back in 2020. It has been difficult for him to take that next step, though, in the ranks. But I'll give him one bit of credit. He hasn't lost his tour card ever since he got one.
This is true.
38.
And it doesn't look like he'll be losing it this year. Ryan Meikle on 302 after 9 darts, starting on treble 20, and no real problem with that. Sálate can't do anything from 377.
Yeah, the approach work of leaving a finish is only applicable if your opponent either can leave a finish or is already on one. Meikle was focusing on his most regularly used target there. I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
89.
Sálate's average is starting to slip. He didn't play that badly in the first set, averaged 87, didn't get a dart at a double, but you get the feeling that Meikle is chipping away at him here.
Yeah, so it was always going to be tough to follow the acts of yesterday as well, wasn't it, with Sakai and Manua, both with those stunning stories, shot victories here at the Adi Pali. It almost adds a little bit more pressure to the incoming players in the same kind of position.
41.
Yeah, I think it does actually.
102.
Let's see what Meikle does with 102 after 15 darts, so it's not going to be another one.
Yeah, rubbish, Ryan.
Big 20, went for the bullseye, but somewhat fortuitously got another 20. And his treble 14 has fallen out the board for some reason.
Shouldn't matter. Sálate back on 2-4-7. 62 remaining for Meikle when he returns to the hockey. This is talkSPORT 2 World Darts Championship. Mickey Mansell versus Leonard Gates follows this, and then at the end of the afternoon,
62.
you're going to have live commentary of Josh Rock and Gemma Hayter.
Well, this time the treble 14 does stay in, and double 10 is missed slightly to the right. This one's probably going in because he's one of the best in the world at double 10. And I'm not over-egging the omelette there. He's up there with Littler and Wade. He's that good at the 4 o'clock double. And he is one leg away from a 2-set-to-love lead. This is going rather well.
A 21 dart leg, the worst of the match by a distance.
140.
But isn't needing to stay at that first level because Sálate's dropped off a little bit. However, a 140 to kick off the third leg of this second set just gives him an opportunity.
60.
You say that we shouldn't put extra pressure on Jesús Sálate because of what happened yesterday with David Munya and Matoma Sakai. We don't, but what we do is we commend
45.
all of the players from the new countries that we're getting. We now have a Kenyan who's played on the stage, Argentina. These countries weren't even thought of,
well,
even as little as 10 years ago.
It could, I know he lost 3-1 in the end, but it could have been an
140.
incredible day for Japanese darts, couldn't it, when Tatsunami was putting it up to Michael van Gerwen last night.
Everybody get on the Japanese darts train, I implore you, because it is one of the most entertaining parts of the world for darts. We haven't even seen the start of Japanese darts.
Meikle 301, third leg of the second set. He won the first without reply. First dart in the treble 20, second dart joins it, third dart is bound to, and does.
That's an immaculate maximum. So much power in that arm. Absolutely pummeled that treble 20 just there. Sálate is thinking, this is going to be my leg. It's not looking like it anymore. It's only 45 from the Argentinian, and he's 50 behind, and the crucial thing is he's not on a finish.
Single 20, going for the treble 17. Can't find it, will just set up. And he may well restore order here. He's winning legs, 15-15, 15-15, 21. Is he going to go back to 15 here? 64 remaining, 3 darts, and he will.
Is this your way of saying he likes to win legs in odd numbers?
I mean, he just likes to win legs, but this is a polished performance from Ryan Meikle. 64 the target, treble 16 or treble 8s.
It was always going to be treble 8. He likes tops and 10s. He's not leaving tops. He's missed his single 16.
32.
And then he's missed his single 8 to leave himself on 32. Sálate hasn't had a dart at a double yet. If he wins this leg, he might get a bit of the crowd, you know.
Well, it's a single 20, 91 remaining. Needs a treble 17, can't find it. So still no double attempts on his debut for the Argentinian Arrows ace.
51. Right, you require 32.
And Meikle's going straight for double 16. None of this littler behaviour like 12 double 10. He's missed a set dart inside. Double 8. Slightly outside. Sálate is waiting on 16. He's going to get a chance.
Yeah, it's 3 set darts missed, but it was a mess before it in setting up the shot. Ended up on a double he didn't want. So Sálate hasn't had a dart at double on the Ali Pali stage until now. Misses it underneath tops. Goes for double 10. Can't find that either.
Right, you require 16.
Hasn't had many chances until then, but he's not been able to take that one.
Yeah,
Ryan has taken. It is Ryan Meikle 2, Jesús Sálate 0.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Meikle, get on target. magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Meikle gets on target. To be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Meikle gets on target. Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Meikle gets on target.
They really do have to earn their way into that tournament. So Argentina did that, and they didn't disgrace themselves in Frankfurt at the Eissporthalle. But today it's singles, it's not pairs, and so far Sálate is not finding a great deal of joy. If he's going to peg this one back like David Munya did yesterday from 2 sets to love down, it's going to have to be more effective in the scoring stakes to get more chances.
talkSPORT, 2 celebrities here every day at the darts. We've just caught sight of Ray Parlour in the audience.
Ray Parlour at the darts next to a cup? Never.
Well, there wasn't just one cup, Paul, I can assure you of that.
Yeah, it was a jug. Well, Ryan Meikle was on course for a World Championship personal best performance after the first set. Now his average is high 80s. He's not bothered about PBs. He's bothered about 10,000 extra pounds. He's bothered about a game with Johnny Tata before Christmas
100.
and having a crack at post-Christmas darts. That is the only thing on his mind this Christmas time.
And I think it might well be Ray Parlour that's giving the crowd their entertainment in the background. That cup, Paul, it's now empty. They were encouraging him to, shall we say, hydrate himself quickly.
Well, that's entirely out of character for Ray. Entirely out of character.
Well, in amongst it, Sálate's got himself down to 1-2-6. Meikle applying the pressure with 2 treble 20s. Make that 3 and make it 3 180s in the match for the Barber.
I may have misspoken, you know. I think Meikle might have 9-0 on his mind. If you're in this position where you're 6-0 up, you want to get the 9 without reply. And Sálate doesn't get the treble 19 and dart 2 for the 1-2-6.
Ironically, by scoring 9. Hit a treble 3, didn't he? Meikle for 102 for another 15 dart leg. Single 20, can't find the treble 14. So Sálate should get at least one more dart at double here as long as he stays straight.
78.
Come on then, let's find out. Let's see if we can win friends with Sálate. 78 left. He wants to get the crowd on side. He's got double 12. He's got 2 in hand. And his first double is planted. He takes a set lead in set 3. He's still scratching his head. Maybe trying to figure out, well, where's that been? It was a break of throw as well. He couldn't have started this set any better.
Yeah, superb. From Jesus, the 44-year-old. Can he back it up by holding? That was a 14-dart leg. Really good stuff. In fact, it's better than any leg that Ryan Meikle's thrown in the match.
Indeed, yeah. It's a great leg of darts. And I'm not going to get too technical with his throw, but what I will say, and I'm sure Chris Mason would agree with me,
123.
it's quite appealing. It's very simple. Bit of a push from his front position. Dart is right in front of his nose, and it's a very good throw. I think this guy could find levels over the next couple of years, and I wish him well.
68.
Still to come on talkSPORT 2 this afternoon. Chris Mason and Ian Dancer will talk you through Mickey Mantle against the American Leonard Gates next, and then myself and Paul Nicholson will return for Josh Rock versus Gemma Hayter. Many think that Josh Rock could have a big say in this tournament, Paul.
Yeah, I think his section of the draw, it could have been worse. He could have been in section 3 with Luke Humphries and Nathan Aspinall. We'll get onto that in due course. Aspinall hasn't even played yet. He's on tonight. You don't want to miss that, by the way. That's on the talkSPORT app and the talkSPORT YouTube channel.
Yeah, make sure you have downloaded, subscribe, everything you need to do to carry on your darts-filled festive season, brought to you across the talkSPORT network. Bo Greaves also in action this evening.
And one of the things you can do if you want to subscribe to the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, if you subscribe and you click the notification bell, as soon as we go live tonight, we will let you know when the games start. You won't miss a trick. Whether it's on your tablet, smartphone, smart TV, you name it, you can join us here in the commentary box, along with the people who are watching this afternoon.
Yeah, and I believe talkSPORT are supporting Bo Greaves in this year's tournament.
Indeed. Well, we're sitting on the fence. We're not against Daryl Gurney, but visually we've decided to go with Bo.
Well, you can sit on the fence, Paul. Come on, Bo.
Meikle's on 138, which is a very famous Suffolk finish from the 1983 World Champion Keith Deller. He went 61st. Meikle goes that route but doesn't find the treble. He's looking to leave 38 now. Last dart incoming, and he can't get a treble, so he has to settle for the finish that Sálate found in the previous leg. But Jesus has got 88 this time for a 2-0 lead in set 3.
Oh, and he's found the treble again, so 2 darts at double 14 this time. Misses outside. Can he claim the leg? Oh, inside.
74.
That was a real opportunity to back up the break and lead 2-0 in the set. Meikle coming for 78 to cancel it out.
He's got the treble 18, and he steps a little bit to his left to open up the body for double 12. He's missed it drastically low. Double 6 for 1-1, and that is smack bang in the middle. You will not find a better double 6 than that. 1-1 in set 3. Salate's had darts at double in the last 3 legs, and he's only won 1 of them.
Yeah, and he had 2 darts in that leg. Only 1 out of 5 he's hit in the game. Should be 2-0 to the good here, but instead Ryan Meikle gets closer and closer to the winning line. 1 apiece in a race to 3 legs in set 3, and Ryan Meikle already has 2 of the 3 sets required.
At the back of the stage, Ryan is a little bit displeased with how he's playing at the minute. I totally understand why. It looked so comfortable in set 1, averaging 100. Set 2 was a bit more uncomfortable, and now he's playing like he was in set 2 again. And he's probably frustrated with, well, why has it gone wrong? I know it's going right on the score sheet, but he's had a couple of darts fall out the board. He's had another one there. It was only a single one, though.
But this is part of darts, isn't it? And the best players in the world know how to manage that over a longer format game, a big tournament. You're going to have ebbs and flows. Michael Van Gerwen himself said it last night. He was asked about losing that first set to Tatsunami, and he said, well, I've lost sets to players worse than him in this tournament. It happens.
Experience is all about how reactive you are to every situation you face.
90.
You lose the set, how do you react? You win a set brilliantly, like Ryan Meikle did in set 1. How do you react to that? That is something you have to learn. Matty Dennant's learned an awful lot about himself this afternoon, even though he lost to Kevin Dutz. You've got to use that experience and 78. Evolve.
2-0 then to Ryan Meikle on talkSPORT 2. 1 apiece in the 3rd set. Meikle needs 2 more legs to book a second round meeting with New Zealand's Johnny Tata, and if he does that, it's going to be his best chance of progressing even further in this tournament. Never been past the second round, remember.
And if you're in this event, you want to make as much money as possible. Imagine if you make the semi-finals, £200,000 for the semi-finals, which is double what it's been for the last decade or so.
The only negative take I've heard was Gerwyn Price when he said, if I win 6 games, I don't win as much as winning 6 games last year. 155's on offer here for Meikle. Found the 2 trebles, couldn't find double 19 to finish it off.
Yeah, Price was talking about the fact that the £1 million wouldn't change his life. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever heard a dart player say that before. Oh, this is good from Sálate, down in the 19s. 133 leaves 106, but it's Meikle who's got 19 after missing the 155 in the previous visit. He's got his single 3, but only just. Nearly hit double. He has hit double 8, and he's only 1 leg away from victory now. This is a slightly better 3rd set than set 2. He's managing this situation really well because his doubling has been excellent.
Yeah, overall he's pretty much averaged out where you'd expect him to be, around the 89-90 mark. The doubling 50% superb, as Paul says. He's had combination checkouts of 89, 78, and then 110 and 130, which he hit in the opening leg of the match.
There were people yesterday who accused Mike De Decker of taking David Munya for granted. I don't think he did. But if we can focus on this game, there's one thing that Meikle knows. He knows that everybody in this tournament can play it, and he has not taken Jesús Sálate for granted whatsoever. This has been a focused performance.
Yeah, very good stuff. 8-1 in legs, 2-0 and 2-1 in terms of the overall score, sets and legs. And in the treble 20 for 100 to leave himself 3-5-6. Sálate has the darts in leg 4 of set 3. He's on 3-0-1 as he comes back to the hockey. How much longer will he be playing on the Alexandra Palace stage?
If he's having fun right now, which I'm sure he is, he doesn't want this to end. But not many people can win from 2 sets to love down and from 2-1 down in the 3rd set. Meikle is surely going to get match darts within the next 5 minutes.
Sálate may be thinking about souvenirs to take home now, and a 161 checkout would be one, but he can't take it.
Can't take a wasp because Munya got that yesterday.
Pocketed the wasp, didn't he, believe it or not?
59.
Yeah, watch that interview on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. If you want to smile and get that Friday feeling, watch the interviews with particularly David Munya and
81.
Sakai.
102.
They'll give you that good feeling to take into your Friday.
Yeah, Matoma's not the guy you want to sack. Aye. Meikle 140, and Sálate is not going to take 102. He's done really well to leave double 4, but it's match point Meikle, who's on 140, and he's got his first treble 20. Second dart incoming. And he strays to the right into the treble 1, which means the shot is off for now. Sálate is in survival mode.
Can he lengthen his stay at the World Championship? Double 4 becomes double 2. Just underneath it and just above it, and that could be that, as Meikle has 58 to wrap up a dominant win.
It'll be single 18 and tops every single day of the week and twice on Fridays. However, he just needs it once. Single 18 found, tops found.
We hand over to Ian Danter and Chris Mason. Mickey Mansell taking on Leonard Gates. That's going to be a real contrast in characters, isn't it?
You got 2 slightly elder statesmen in the tournament with so much experience. The one thing about Mickey Mansell is that he has improved in playing first-round matches over the last few years. He was in a ripper with Brendan Dolan last year. It went 3-2 to the last leg decider in set number 5. So that experience will ready Mansell for what he's about to unpick, or should we attempt unpick. But when you play Gates, you've got to be ready for dancing, for vibrancy, and for a little bit of maybe a calculating error. It genuinely could be anything.
Yeah, Dance and Mace will talk you through that one. Myself, Murph, and Nico will return for Josh Rock versus Gemma Hayter. But so far this afternoon at the World Darts Championship, a 3-1 win for Kevin Dukes against Matthew Denon, and a 3-0 win for Ryan Meikle, the barber, who gave the first Argentinian at Ali Pali, Jesús Sálate, the chop. This is talkSPORT 2.